Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the Alex Jones Show. Last segment of this first hour. Alex Jones is going to be rejoining us shortly. He is on a mission in Arizona right now.
They edited out why I was saying Bill Gates is a criminal or why Fauci's a criminal, how they run the Wuhan lab, how even Newsweek reported that, how it was all a Chinese psyop, and how it creates this police state by making us all suspects. They edited that out, but they played me simply saying we're going to dig like Hitler, Bill Gates and all these people out of their bunkers, and that they're the ones, they're the enemy, and we shouldn't be killing each other. I don't want to kill them either. I just want them to know that when they come with forced inoculations, they're trying to kill our economy, that we understand that they are the problem and that we're standing up to them and that we're fighting back. And because they are assaulting us, they're assaulting our economy. They've put us under martial law. They're trying to overthrow and kill the local police, so they submit and bow to them. This is a classic takeover with a high-tech overlay. So I got into textbooks in military history when I was a kid because the books were around the house. And as soon as I started reading them, whether it was Julius Caesar's Battle for Gaul that he wrote 2,000 years ago, or whether it was Adolf Hitler's Mein Kampf, I learned about how these people actually think. And when you're looking at it in a modern context, it's the nastiest, most evil thing in history. I mean, if there's cancer, if a political system can be cancer, this is like the worst brain cancer or bone cancer or lung cancer. I mean, the nastiest stuff that kills you like in a week. I mean, this is, and I'm only telling you this, folks, because it's not going to be like business as usual. You think the lockdown is going to end, it's going to get worse. They're going to release real viruses now. I mean, their playbook, I told you 2 months before Bill Gates said it, that COVID is a drill with a gain-of-function bioweapon that only kills those that are deficient, but that spreads very rapidly and then reinfects, and that there's no antibodies for it because it's a cold bug, which they've never been able to produce antibodies and vaccines that work. That's the literature. And they admitted that later. Gates went on TV and he said, on Colbert, he said, this is just a drill. The real attack's coming. Terrorists are going to kill millions of people. Well, who's the terrorist? Who wants to depopulate? It's Bill Gates. So he's assaulting me. I don't want to attack Bill Gates. He finances the lawsuits against us and the dirty tricks. Bill Gates is a killer. His dad's a killer. His dad ran the secret army eugenics operations. These people don't play games, okay? They are the bad embeds inside our country that are nasty, evil, corrupt sons of bitches. And it's time to wake up. It's time to oppose. It's time to say no and realize this is 21st century war. Now, let me get to these points. Here's a clip from last night where I was laying out 1776 worldwide. And we're here to tell them we don't know how this is going to end. But if they want to fight, they better believe they've got one. If they want to fight, they better believe we're going to fight. And we're going to win. We're not going to fight their little meth head anti-scum. We're going to take on the Soroses and the Bezoses and the Gates. We're going to take it directly to those scumbag Nazi bastards that thought they'd kill this country just like we did Hitler. And they'll be in their goddamn bunkers when we come for them. They will be hiding. They will pay. They will be destroyed because America is rising. 1776 is the answer to 1984. 1776. 1776. 1776. 1776. Okay, folks. So here we are. They see us as chumps. They see us as weak. The globalists are making their move against us. It's happening right now. And our message to the White House is this: we love you, President Trump. We understand what you took on. We sucker punched the enemy 4 years ago. Now they've mobilized for 4 years. They've run these scams. They're going to try to drive the president from office now. Oberman's saying kill him, execute him, murder him. Just, it's so evil. And we must stand against these people. We must resist them. We must pray to God to divinely expose all their works of corruption and evil, which is happening. Massive news is coming out of people with ballots for Trump hidden, stealing votes. You've all seen it. It's so much of it that it made my head spin today. But Facebook, Twitter, Google, they all block those and call it election meddling because it will defeat them. It will crush them. It will prove their fraud, and they can't have that. Look at Congress. You let them censor everybody else, now the president, and now they're censoring poll watchers that show a woman sitting there filling out hundreds of ballots. I mean, there's hours of this footage. Again, my brother-in-law caught it and was almost crying on the phone. A guy at the post office in Austin filling out 50 ballots with the same name and taking pictures of himself with them, and the clerks were taking them. They were obviously watching a crime. And that's what's going on. So this is the takeover. We have to realize it's a takeover. We have to keep fighting. We can't give up. This is the mainstream media bought by multinational corporations that set up China as a slave colony. And now they're going to set up America as a slave colony. I talked to the highest levels of the White House, contacted me this morning. I'm going to leave it at that. The highest levels of the White House. That's what Trump's doing. That's what his son's doing. That's what his people are doing, is they are on the phone. And I'm going to leave it at that. I've got a mission I've got to carry out, dealing with Soros and the voting machines, and a lot of the things that are going to be breaking. I don't know why I forgot about Soros being involved with the voting machines in the key states, but a certain individual reminded me of it, sent me a bunch of links. We appreciate them reaching out. We really appreciate those folks. And we're going to execute. We're going to carry out the operations peacefully. We're going to defeat the globalists together. And you need to understand that we're entering the season of them assassinating our president. And he needs to be very, very careful. That's why they're calling for him to be drug out. That's why Pelosi said the military will drag him out. That's why the Clintons, are all so confident, because they were perched on top of this country. They stole $3 billion from Haiti. They destroyed Serbia. They've gotten away with so much crap. They think they can get away with it again. But now the world's watching them, and now we're fighting back. And even more dirt's going to come out of the Bidens and the Clintons and the Obamas and all of them. And if you think that we're not going to take them down while they take us down, well, I'm Captain Ahab and they're Moby frickin' Dick, or the other way around. The point is, I'm looking for you. You're not looking for me. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. And I'm not going to stop. You understand that? You're going to pay. But violence is not the way. We must defend ourselves, though. It is information warfare and the truth and never backing down. So I'll be on later live with Owen Schroyer. He's about to take over. But here is Pelosi saying Trump is the domestic enemy when she is the domestic enemy, openly saying she works for communist China, caught red-handed, her disgusting daughter. And then here is Keith Olbermann saying he wants the president killed and murdered, and that COVID, it's his fault when it's Bill Gates and Dr. Fauci and the Wuhan lab. Here are those videos. And back to Owen Schroyer.
So, sadly, instead of crushing the virus, it appears that the Trump administration will use its final moments in office as a desperate last step to destroy every possible protection for American health and well-being. So many people have said to me, and perhaps some of you along the way, what damage do you think that Trump will do between losing the election and the inauguration of Joe Biden? Maybe you didn't phrase it quite that way, but that's how I heard it. And we knew that he would be up to mischief, separate and apart from trying to destroy the credibility of our elections, which we criticize other nations for doing, and now with all enemies, foreign and domestic, making assault on our elections. Well, we have one domestic. But apart from that, on the policy side, which is why we are here, people asked that question: what will he try to do that is harmful? And this week, they showed their hand. We had suspicions of it, but couldn't speak publicly about it. Because
all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to break now. But boy, if you're half as mad as I am, I mean, how can we take people like Pelosi another week, let alone another year or two?